All right. As the team moves forwards after the events of, well, honestly, this morning, uh, actually, yesterday, technically, because you did take a long rest. After heading towards Dawn, a new city, new problems, you managed to go and, well, couldn't get there in time to actually enter inside, and apparently everyone that enters inside must speak with the council and to see, like, for what reason you entered inside and see if there's anything they can help you with. But at the exact same time, that is a very weird thing to do. But since you couldn't make it there in time, your team, more or less reluctantly, decided to sleep in the guard section area, which you were allowed to. But throughout the night, you saw some of the guards walking in, writing some things down in their notebooks, and then walking back out. One of you, Dust, in particular, saw someone just screaming in the night, discerning that it was an enchanter, and something about control, terrible nightmares. It was very late in the night. It's kind of hard to remember, maybe. But you eventually allowed everyone else to fully wake up, get rested, and head out for the day. You spoke with the council. There are 6 in total, minus the mayor. But adding the total, it would be 6, including the mayor. More or less fine enough person, but you can tell based off of how things were going, the mayor themselves almost seemed like a figurehead based off of the conversation you had. There were 5 people there outside of the mayor, known as the elements or the families: fire, wind, earth, water, and steel. And afterwards, more or less, not everyone was happy after the council meeting. But you managed to get to the city without too much of an issue and without causing too much harm. Except for the very big dragon you kind of killed. You have the hide, thankfully enough, and after answering the questions of the security guards, were allowed to retrieve it on your own as a, more or less, air quotes, apology for the inconvenience. You did so, and now you have a whole bunch of hide, and, well, you went to the library immediately. Some of you found some information, others of you found new problems that you might face. And that's where we left off.
Good times. Man, I keep forgetting. Out of game real quick. Congrats to everyone for being that dragon. I'm just gonna pause. Yay! All right.
Couldn't have done it without a critical spider bite, but yeah.
Man, I'm so surprised by that.
Me too. I will tell you though that that fight itself was supposed to be hard, but your teamwork did very, very well. But at the exact same time, it was supposed to be a testing field on what your team could do. Don't worry about it.
You know. Now you know.
Yeah. Anyways, Nikolai, I believe you have the book. After you went over to speak with the Dragonborn and more or less fake a library card, you have about a week until you have to return it, and now you have the book on you. The Dragonborn simply stated, "All right then, suffice to say, you have it for a week. If nothing comes about it, or if you do, after the time stated, is not returned, you will recruit a fine to a silver a day until it reaches the gold or the end of the month, in which case those around us will come and retrieve the book. And potentially the hefty fine." And then you ask something along the lines of, "Can I send my bird back with the book?" "I suppose that's fine, so long as it gets here." And then you head back with the rest of the team.
Okay, I got the book. What are we doing now?
We need to find a place to stay.
I thought we had a place to stay.
No.
No, we do not.
Oh yeah, we slept outside.
I mean, you could go back if you wanted to.
What?
Yeah, we probably should find a place to go sleep. Is it like? Do you know what time it is, Dust?
After all the reading, probably 3 p.m.
Oh crap! I gotta go talk to Jillian. And Nikolai kind of like rushes off to go like find a spot to like go talk. Wait, what?
About game, you had already talked to her.
No. I talked to her in the morning, and I told her I would talk to her again at noon.
Is it
Well,
noon?
sending stones actually only have one charge per day.
It only has one charge per day?
Yeah, I made mention that a while ago.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
So you essentially used your charge to wake her up in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well, I guess I'll call it
Thankfully enough,
tomorrow.
both of the sending stones do have charges. So, like, before you leave and Dust tells you or explains to you the magic property, you do get a ring from her end, which negates hers for the day.
Oh, okay.
I have about maybe 10 minutes right now. I'm kind of on my break. So how goes it?
Good. Everything's peachy keen.
Good. Right now we're trying to investigate the missing identity figure from the Knights. We still haven't discerned who they were, but we're currently using and investigating a pseudo-dragon to investigate if the vigilante is somehow invisible. So what are you guys up to?
Well, I found a book that talks about evil things and evil night, or what are they? Mind flares and different planes of existence. Yeah, all and different cool things like that. So, but it was a really good book. I found it was a good read, good find. We're trying to find out what's going on with the hierarchy of this town and see why it's not responding to the people back in Hythe. Did I say the right name there?
Isle.
Isle. Why is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, she does state. Well, good luck with that. You can tell that most of the stuff you said is above her head. She rolled a 5 on history. Doesn't really know too much. On the current topic of mind flares. Just make sure you're safe and everyone else is too.
Thank you. You be safe.
We will. And then you guys say your goodbyes, and the phone call does end. Because she is on shift right now.
The sending call.
Yeah. But soon enough, you return back to your team, or you're there.
Sure. I mean, I didn't feel comfortable sitting there, kind of like.
Yeah, you stepped to the side of it. You saw that more and more people moved away from you because this is a library.
Yeah. I had to call in a library.
Yeah. But Amara does state, all right, now that Nikolai's returned, should we find us some sort of inn or domicile here? Maybe we can rent a room. We're not really sure how long we will need to stay here.
Well, we don't need to stay here. I mean, I guess it's up to Dust to find out how long we have to stay here, or maybe Ada. I don't know. Whatever things they have planned. I'm pretty sure Dust has some very important mission things.
We could be here for a number of days.
Whisper does state, usually with recon that takes a couple of days. That being said, though, something about this town is very, very creepy. Not only the whole magic guard stuff and things, but how no one seems to be in any danger, which is fine. But the last few cities we air quotes helped out pretty much were, or like extreme isolated, or half of them dead, or kidnapped. I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, there was one city where everyone was extremely happy.
I mean, that too. I guess pacified.
Did we ever ask them why they didn't respond? Or was that a question that we asked?
Amara does state, unfortunately, we did not bring that up during the conversation. But I'm sure we can somehow arrange another meeting of the council. Somehow, they seemed applicable enough. Amiable enough.
Well, I did read that in the newspaper, they're in the process of changing mayors right now, so that could be one reason. Because when we were in Mighty, we were informed by some of the leaders that only someone who is properly in the role of mayor can properly use the device to contact people.
It's too, looking at the newspapers that you did find, someone extremely looking for a job and the mayor one, you can tell that it's more or less 2 weeks before voting finishes off and it's all tidied up. During this type of transit or transfer of powers, potentially, more than likely, some restrictions are applied in case, like, some faults or something of that nature. But at the exact same time, you know that this town did not answer for several months. So something definitely is happening, it's not clear to anyone. That being said, though, you also do note that they're not running against anyone, they're running unopposed. And so late in the game, it's very rare. Like, even in a non-democratic process, they have at least someone there to stand as a scarecrow to be defeated.
Yeah, there's something much more going on. Let's leave. We can talk about this later.
Let's go. And then Nikolai walks and tries not to disturb any more people.
It is just going to follow.
So many people.
So.
Yeah. You eventually get back outside without too much of an issue. Regrouping and rejoining back into the main city. All right. Rejoining back into the main city, you find that the area itself is still lively, not party lively, but definitely no one running to the hills. They look towards the sky sometimes from time to time, seeing the griffins and the drakes in the air, but no one's, fearful of attack. They've definitely ramped up security here, but no one seems to be opposed to it. But when you're walking the streets to find a place that you might be able to rest, go ahead and roll investigation to find a place, or you can speak with someone randomly. That's not bad.
Ada.
Oh.
We're
It's normal.
not too bad. So.
Ada, you're more or less still occupied with your thoughts that honestly weren't that long ago about the people you've currently met. Or re-met. Hard to say. But your team does eventually find a nice place here and there. But the main one you guys find that's relatively cheap, or at least cheap enough that you don't have to worry. Go ahead.
Do they have drinks at the place that where I'm looking? I'm looking for a place that specifically has a good bar.
Yeah. You go around
Okay.
maybe asking a few people and things of that nature, and you do find that one of them does state, if you're looking for cheap and good beer, I suppose the Firefly Inn would be your best bet. They have rooms at the top, and the atmosphere there is always nightly.
What is this guy? Who's this person?
The person in front of you, just talking with both you and Dust, is...
How does his clothes look? What does he look like? Does he look like a peasant kind of person? Does he look like a normal kind of person?
halfling, peasant, day worker. No one like high noble, just someone that would go to a bar and sometimes drink.
Do you have anything you need that kind of like this tattered lately?
I don't think so. Perhaps my rake or a hoe. I am a farmer, so maybe my scythe.
Do you have it?
I don't usually carry those things off of my off of the workplace, but if you go like, he points toward the south end of the city. If you go around there is where we have our main crop area.
Okay. This could be like a side thing. I want to go see if I can like just help some random person because Nikolai feels like he should help people once in a while, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just I wanted to see if like I could just mend his clothes or try maybe if he needed something mended, I could go kind of like mend something that he owned.
Like some of
Yeah.
his clothing is weathered and worn, but not so much that they need to be replaced or like immediately re-knit.
Okay.
Give it a few days.
I'll go find him later.
Yeah.
See if I can, yeah.
But he heads off, going to you don't know where, probably shopping. And then do you guys head towards the Firefly Inn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Wow, very cool. There's fireflies in the center.
As soon as you enter inside, the whole nightly atmosphere is apparent. There's a variety of people here and a full orc bartender in the back end of the area. They nod towards you, either to tell you to take a seat or to ask for a drink. Either way. The team approaches.
Yeah.
I gesture Ada to come forth so that she can maybe address the party as or maybe as the leader.
I mean, I would say it was Des because.
Yeah. I'll walk forward and be. Hello. I was wondering if we could potentially get rooms for the next couple days in your fine establishment.
I don't think you need guidance for this.
I just did it for fun.
Okay. Lurd just stay towards you. Alright then, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Guessing you all want separate rooms?
How many rooms do we need? I mean, I look back at the other four ladies that are with us. Do you need your own rooms?
Amara does state, I'm fine with sharing, it's alright. Fauna does state, I can probably sleep in a tree if I need to. Opal says, yes, I need my own room, and so does Whisper. You can probably share, that's not an issue. He's just asking you, do you want separate rooms or together?
I suppose we could be more separated if just get some more of our peace and quiet for ourselves. So we'll take 7 rooms.
All right, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Right now we are having no guests right now, so I suppose the second floor would be yours. There are 3 floors in total, including this one, so there'd be 1 above you. All right.
Very well.
He gives you a set of keys and then thinks about it. I suppose you don't really need these. Takes them back and gives Des the master key to the second floor. That should be easily enough done. I suppose all the rooms are accessible to you.
Oh.
Very well.
What is the charge? Or yes.
Yeah. How much are the rooms?
Oh, that's right. Forgive me. He then looks at his not clipboard, but for some reason he looks at a piece of paper that, surprisingly enough, is weird. You don't know why. It just feels like he should know this. But he does state the rooms themselves cost 5 copper, so there's 7 of you. 7 times 5. He's writing all this information down on that exact same piece of paper. It would be 35. So about 3.5 silver.
Is that per night?
That is per night, yes.
How much do you normally earn on a weekly basis?
I make do. You can tell that he's more or less not wanting to give you the information, or maybe he just doesn't remember right now.
Very well. We'll take the rooms for 5 days for the time being. And
if we don't use them, you can keep the change.
Yeah, Dust will put down 2 gold from the party funds.
He nods. You then see him do some math.
No, keep the change. That's all right.
All right. Thank you. I suppose a round of ale or mead or beer is on the house.
No. No. I insist.
I mean, it was on the house. You're not paying for it.
Well, okay, fine.
He gets a pitcher of mead and like 7 cups. He does state, are you taking it here or on the second floor?
I can take it now.
I think we'll go up to the second floor.
Very well then.
I don't need a drink. Thank you, though.
Nikolai grabs the pitcher.
You get the pitcher and I guess the 7 cups. It's on a tray. And you guys-
is the tray? I was gonna leave the cups.
There's no way Whispers not taking a drink.
Okay, that's understandable.
But
This
yeah,
is- oh wow.
Oh.
Technically there's more rooms than 7, but I couldn't find those. So you have technically a separate bar here.
I call the stop one, and I go to this one.
Yeah. I guess I could have just gutted most of the map and just in the front.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? I'm doing that now.
Oh, okay.
It also kind of makes sense. It's like, well, for me, it makes sense. It's like, second floor, there's like a lobby, and then you have your rooms and whatnot, and then there's like, right here is a private chamber that can be rented out.
Oh, this is great. We have this whole floor to ourselves. Wow.
As it is.
Ah!
Go ahead.
But like, even then, like, nobody's coming in. Like, the council is restricting access to a crazy degree, and so they don't have clients coming as much. So
Amara does state, that is honestly true. If they see or at least go through everyone that is wanting to be here, I suppose they can vet anyone they don't want here.
Whisper. I'm taking the pitcher in here if you want a drink. I will tell that to her.
All right. She just comes over.
And I set the pitcher on the table, and then I pour myself a drink, and then I start reading through the book again.
Go ahead and roll investigation. I hope also joins you for a drink.
yeah, Dust is going to come in, but he's not going to have a drink. More of like, okay, there's things that we need to talk about regarding that book going in.
I rolled an 18.
Good roll.
Pretty good roll.
Can I give myself guidance?
I mean, 18 is
I-
good enough.
Well, I know, but like more is awesome. But,
Late.
Will it be worth it?
I mean, it's a +4, or no, I guess it's 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. If that's
And
better,
go ahead and
but-
roll on the wild magic chart.
Oh. that's a cantrip, but okay. I
From
guess
his staff.
we've upscaled. It is from the staff, but I guess it works. I don't mind actually.
I forgot it was from the staff.
Can I still roll though?
Yeah, it's fine.
Sweet.
Let's see.
I mean, if I roll again, if I do an actual magic, I can roll again too.
That's true.
17. You grow a long beard made of. Okay, let me just hold on.
Is
There
it
you
the
go.
featherbeard one?
Yeah.
You just have a featherbeard.
I have a feather beard.
It's annoying, it's itchy, and it's... Is Nikolai allergic to birds?
I wouldn't think so.
Then you're fine. You don't gain a rash.
Okay.
Which would be heavily annoying. But Nikolai, investigating the book and casting guidance, which +3 plus 18, 21. All right. You get this following passage. You more or less connect back to where Dust found a few things, you found a few things. And in this passage, it does read, well then, after exploring a few more miles into the Underdark, it does seem that a few people that I've heard from have something known as the Tide Pool. The Tide Pool seems to be something related to the young of the Underdark, or rather, the Mind Flayer's young. Well, none of them do seem to understand what they are. They seem to be some kind of innate worm-like things that burrow into a host body, but no one has survived from the transition. Therefore, no specimens have been discerned. However, until, or rather, when they metamorphosize, is when it's truly known to someone that it has happened. So if it is happening to you, you can't really tell. Or to others. And that's what we get.
Gotcha.
Oh, and more or less, there's like a side note that does state, identify magic isn't able to identify this as well as it is an organic being or process. Taking a note of biologic form and function of a metamorphosis, similar to a caterpillar and a butterfly, this is something of that concept, but more of an invasive species, causing the main host body to form and manipulate/mutate into something not of its current form and into a new one.
Okay, so me as a player, I know that's called Seramorphosis. Does Nikolai know that's called Seramorphosis? But
is Nikolai super into biology?
Is he into biology? Is that a wisdom thing?
It's more intelligence. But it could be wisdom.
Let's do a roll. Okay, if I want to say like, he's got a +2 to wisdom. Let's do a nature roll. If he gets probably a 12 or lower. He doesn't.
Well, this would be a hard check.
Yeah, but 16 would be a hard check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 16.
Lipids are crazy hard.
Yeah, you don't understand everything of the book, but you can tell that it's talking about some type of symbiotic species that takes over a host. While you don't have the exact details, you do know that something of that nature is very dangerous to, like, at all be nearby. It's almost like a curse infecting someone's body that eventually takes it over.
Okay.
Don't hate that.
Gotcha. I mean, the curse. He's like, oh, it's a curse. And he's like, yeah, he gets it.
Well, kind of like a curse, but in a biological form. That mutates it. That's what you can understand from this book. And identify spells won't be able to tell if it's in someone already.
Gotcha.
But it's not magical.
Okay.
Fortunately. Yeah. But as you were saying before this happened, you said to discuss something about this book.
The feathers fly everywhere.
So, sorry. So last night, while I was on my watch, I happened to talk with one of the other patrons, visitors of the city. He was a dwarf from the Ironbeard family, who used to be the enchanters for the city. Any items that the city needed to be enchanted was done by this family. And a couple of months ago, about this time of the Sundering, the jobs stopped flowing. And throughout the night, he woke up to a sense of nightmare, and he told me what it was. And people were being controlled through their spine. So that they can be controlled.
You know, the dragons were being controlled by the spine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ada...
Enchanted armor gaining control over...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
His voice
Yep.
cut out.
Sorry, I was just looking at my notes.
Oh, it's fine.
Go ahead.
Am I cutting out?
No, I think you were just looking at your notes. I sometimes worry
Okay.
because it's Discord.
Yeah. And then as I was reading through that book that Nikolai found while at the library, it's
Yes.
quite extensive that like mind flayers control minds, and that there's a particular thing that Loth can do through controlling others through a particular spell called Binding, which is attached to an item, and it gains control of the individual in subtle means. And Enchanter needed this, but more than just Loth is capable of this. There's many others. Most enchanters, if they have the right means, they can do it. I fear that the one that's controlling this city is related to this enchanter of the city.
Hmm.
Well, the one who's caused it to go dark.
And Ada, when Dust mentions Enchanter and things of that nature, you think back on the book you read before you got here. In fact, before you even left Isle itself. No, wait, it was in Hythe. Before you left Hythe, you looked up on anything you could find on Dawn. And while looking and perusing the books, you can tell or were able to identify the council members within the area. Water, earth, wind, fire, and steel. And you remember before the Sundering happened, steel was becoming a more enchanting metal-based family.
Well, Des, can I agree with something? Because I think I understand who might be doing this, or at least is related to this enchanter.
It's up to you.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh. How can I explain this lightly? The members of the Steel family, before the whole Lightning was practicing enchanting magic. When you should have known.
No, sorry. I was.
You just
That was my
Dramatic.
drinking voice. Excuse me. Nikolai pours himself another drink.
And the man that we saw, the one that was a part of the Steel family, that was my my fiance.
You had what?
So your fiance is a member of the Steel family? That's interesting.
You have a fiance?
Whisper does state she did say had. Nikolai.
Had.
Oh.
I misheard.
So ex-fiance. I'm surprised he didn't recognize you. He would have probably said something.
I didn't want to.
No, he may have said something.
I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, I do question that as well, but I'm not gonna.
Amara does state, while Ada is more or less getting flustered. Well, probably because they were currently working, but it might be better not to potentially mix history.
Indeed.
You can tell more or less Amara is trying to diffuse the situation, Ada, but it's hard to tell if it's working or not.
Duz will just kind of raise his hand and just wave. No. This issue is with you guys. If we need to go and visit Teal,
Oh, your mic might be cutting off.
Maybe.
Unless you just ended that sentence with steel.
We'll deal with it that time. But any relation? No, I've
it's
been talking
cutting
clearly.
off.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Let me change to my phone then.
Yeah.
So it will be a little distance because I actually can't use my mic, but it will probably work better.
So Nikolai pours himself another drink, and then while Dust is going to the bathroom, Nikolai is gonna go rush down and go grab another pitcher.
You do so.
He's
Uh,
really drinking.
And then he goes and grabs one, and then he comes back up,
Yeah.
and then he
Uh,
puts it on the counter.
A pitcher itself would
Oh,
cost
good.
the same amount as
You're back.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, sorry, Dogma.
a pitcher would cost the same as a room, so it'd be 5 copper. So you can just
Okay,
remove that if you
I give him a piece of gold.
want. So much money. It gives you so much change back. It takes well.
He doesn't give me any change because I gave him a gold piece.
He tries.
He tries, and I say no. I want you to keep this, and I persuade him. Say you keep this. You earned it.
He shrugs.
And I got a
Nikolai,
natural 20.
how's it looking? Sorry, not Nikolai. Dust, how's it looking?
I got a natural 20 to give a guy a gold.
What the heck?
It works.
Oh my gosh.
He no longer tries to give you your money back. And then he steals the rest of your money.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Wait, I persuaded him to steal money? Did
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Could you?
No, he just
I
takes the
mean-
gold back. He just stops trying to
Does
be
he never
good.
try to question me ever again?
Yeah, when it comes to change.
Okay.
But Dust, how's it looking?
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to be on my phone for the night.
Sounds better,
And
actually.
I got a new phone that I can plug in my headset into, so it's really annoying.
Hmm.
So, hey. Oh, yeah, Dust will just kind of raise his hand and just kind of wave at Ada and be like, if we have to deal with the Steele family, it will be in accordance to how things are, but with your relationship with that member, you in the past, that is up for you to decide what happens.
Okay, I still
Okay,
think it's weird though, but I still think you're cutting in and out, and I don't know if it's the mic that it's picking up from your headset.
Could honestly just be
I
Discord.
don't have my headset
Yeah.
Oh,
anymore.
you don't? Okay, never mind. Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah. And so with them, because if they're an up and coming enchanting family, there's a very good possibility that the city isn't being undermined by this group that we're chasing.
I will say that they were up and coming a few months ago, so who knows how far they've advanced now.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk with them, I guess. If you want to find things out, I don't know.
There are like other things you can
I
do,
think
like
we
instead
need
of
to
immediately going.
find more.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we need more information, more than anything.
I wink at Whisper and say, "Spy time."
My job, yes, not with you.
Ah, come on, please. I like beg and like try to see if she'll like let me out of like sympathy. Please, come on. Like, come on. I can
roll
be like, I can be
persuasion.
not there. I can be.
Disadvantage.
I think if we can find, I think if we can find
Let's see.
General Strongarm, the individual individual that I'm looking for here in Dawn, I think we might be
21.
able to get a great deal of information.
Disadvantage. I got another natural 20 on it on the other.
I saw. Amara does state towards you, Dust. If you already know someone here, that might be the most fruitful thing we can do right now. But we need to probably ask a few people here and there, and if it is someone of high repute, it might get us noticed very quickly. But I suppose we should ask certain people specifically, or hope nothing befalls us. Nikolai, after more or less saying please, 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 Whisper just says, "All right, fine," just to get you to stop.
Nikolai does like the fist thing. It says, "Yes, okay, I promise I'll be like the best spy, and like I'll do whatever you say, and be like cool and like wear cool glasses. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be great."
You know that stuff's only like 1% of the
In answer
time.
to
But Dust, you're saying.
Yeah. Turning to Amara, I'll be like, well, that's the thing. The person that I'm looking for, I don't know his actual name. General Strongarm is his code name that I know him by. As far as I've never met him, but I do have connections to where he is someone that is very easily trusted. He's an associate of General Kynes, if anything. If that's... and then for Nikolai and Ada, Serrano. He's an associate of them. Someone that we can trust. But they kind of... These people remain hidden in plain sight in some ways. All I have is a general poem, riddle, however you might call it, to find him. As I said before, it's look between the lines and shadow. There you will find the golden tooth mall. In gleaming eyes will you find me. That phrase. So, I'm just based off of this, I think he's very much a hidden person. The General Strongarm is a very hidden person within Dawn, most likely.
Would he be in the black market, or like the special place that rogues go? Like we call it the rogue place. I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about, Whisper?
The black market?
Yeah. I mean,
the black market. I am not sure. Lines and shadows. I can definitely see that being hidden alleyways and dark places. The lines being like roads and whatnot. I think the biggest thing is finding the Golden Tooth Mall. I think that's the biggest thing that we're going to have to find. And it will be most likely hidden among the shadows and different alleyways and dead ends. So, where we can get a great deal of information from.
Fair enough.
But I will also be contacting Pink Pegasus today.
Pegasus?
Hopefully he can give the individual that I was searching, trying to get communication to back in Hythe. And so I'm going to reach out to them and see if they have further details on what can happen. So. But it is very... Yeah, but we should find this individual. They may be able to help us
actually figuring out what's wrong here
Indeed.
even further.
Fair enough. Whisper does state. All right then. I suppose me and Nikolai will. It's not fully nighttime yet, so we'll wander the streets for a bit. I don't know, Nikolai, are you good with performances outside of just getting everyone to look at you?
Nikolai throws his voice, or no, he doesn't throw his voice. He like mimics a voice, and it sounds like a little girl.
Outside of getting people to stare at you?
Why would a little girl want to be stared at? She'd just be like sitting, like I don't know. I can't make a little girl's voice. I don't know what maybe a little. I don't.
You know what?
I
It's
think-
fine. We'll work with it. She's more or less just gonna try to do her job.
Yeah. No, I mean, we could always do the fun little thing, and we could both do a polymorph trick. That'd be fun, right?
Oh my gosh! You can tell she's
What?
heavily flustered.
Well, I just cast twin polymorph, and then we both polymorph, and then we can go infiltrate as like, I don't know, like vultures or something. I don't know.
Infiltrate where?
I don't know. I'm just saying it's an option as we walk out.
Yeah, you guys walk out, heading back onto the streets. I'm not gonna meet you there, but you walk out, and when you guys exit the building, bartender nods, sees you off, and on the street she does state, "All right then, Nikolai. First thing, 1, you don't cast magic in this area. Remember, it could be dangerous. We're lucky you didn't grow that beard until we entered inside our own rooms."
I know, right? Magic is very crazy. It's like sometimes it goes crazy and wild. Sometimes it's like, here you go, throw a fireball at something.
And
Or another time you're like, I'm gonna make this place freeze and everything's gonna die. And I'm like, man, I could do so cool things, but sometimes it just backfires and blows up in my face. So yeah.
okay, Nikolai, I think you should look for a different profession other than spy.
Uh-huh.
This isn't me
What do you-
not being mean to you. This is more me giving you advice.
Well, I'm just trying to be cool. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to just be doing something different other than like moping for myself, because thinking that everything that is around me is gonna die, or I'm gonna die and nobody's gonna care about me. But now that Dust is around, he's here, and I can care about him. But before I met him, all I thought about is just dying because I was slaved under a contract.
You can tell that she's more or less not wanting to break your spirit. She's mean to you. But at this point in time, you're like within common ground. She could say something like super easily enough to crush you, but she's like holding back.
Good.
So she goes, all right then. This is how usually things go. Nikolai, follow this to a T or else we might get discovered. 1, we don't use magic while we're doing recon. 2, we
Nikolai
don't...
pulls out a pen and paper.
2, we disguise ourselves before we enter the street, but luckily enough your beard covers that, and most of the time...
I sneezed already.
you still have feathers on your face. Or 2, common garments such as hoods and things do that. She puts out her hood and she tells you to basically do the same. 3, while we're investigating, we don't draw more attention than it's needed. We wander the streets to see what the current feeling of the surroundings are. We listen into conversations but don't get too close. So a nice good perception skill like Ada's would be useful or valuable in this state.
Yes.
And 4, when you hear something interesting, you don't immediately go over to the group and ask them what are they talking about. That last one is very important. You listen in as much as possible, and then when they split apart, you get the weakest and more breakable one to ask questions at.
Okay, so what I got from that was rule 1, no magic. Rule 2, change your form before going on spy mission. Number 3, be perceptive. Number 4, don't interfere and take out the weakest link.
Don't interfere if you're still gaining information.
If you're gaining information.
And then take out the weakest link if you believe you can get more information. But don't necessarily kill them, as it might bring more attention to you.
That was
Start
a
off with a
mouthful.
polite conversation. Say, oh, how's your day? Or flirt with them. For some reason, all our teams are 9s and above. I still don't know why that is.
Is flirting like a thing for like certain people, or is it just like inclusive to everybody, or is it more like certain types of people?
Everyone.
Is that okay.
Minus the young. Just be friendly with them.
Gotcha. Friendly. Okay.
Do it especially to old women and men. For some reason, they're really into it. I don't know why.
Okay.
All right, then. More or less using kid gloves on you, you begin to head out into the wild. Hoods up, you begin to explore. And Nikolai, I want you to go ahead and roll perception check. Advantage thanks to Whisper also helping you.
Oh, okay.
I love how Whisper is sitting there just like,
I got a 4.
yeah, be everything that you are not.
Yes.
I love her so much.
Well, that's a 4. You eventually find a few people here and there until you find a particular group of 3 people. One of them has like sunglasses and shades. Another one has like a very dark coat and like 2 broadsword blades on both sides. And the third one has like bright brimming bright brimming elemental hair of orange up. But for some reason, they don't seem to be a Genasi. They're talking about something about the one with the swords does state, yeah, right then, you got the plan? We meet later tonight at the forest. Bring the entire crew. We're going to settle this here and now. No one's going to take our tough from us. The fire-haired one does state, I don't know, Maxwell. Are you sure that's a good idea? Look, they came into our territory. If they think they can defeat us with their swords, they got another thing coming. All right. And they begin to seem to be heading off straight to the northern section of the city.
The northern section of the city?
Yeah, like further into the wood/park area.
Should we follow them?
No.
Okay.
Again, if it's territorial fights, not really an issue. And
Okay.
also, they looked to be young, maybe the ages of 15. They might just be having friend issues. Or,
All I saw
LARPing.
All I saw was that there was a dude and he said something about our turf, and then I heard, let's go take care of him, and I didn't even see what kind of sword he had.
They're still within vision. They're walking away. Nikolai, roll perception again. No advantage
Okay.
this time because you've already seen them. But
Okay.
let's see how perceptive you are.
15,
Not bad.
actually.
Now that you get a closer look at them, you can tell that the one with the fiery hair has dyed it with like berries and things of that nature. The broadswords on the left and right side of the one particular person seem to be made out of wood, but very finely ornate. Expensive, but it's just wood. And the one with the dark cloak on them seems to be the leader, but they don't really seem to be like scarred up or like battered and bruised. All of them seem to be right around the ages of maybe 15. I don't know if Nikolai would understand this, but from the perspective of the PC, they would be LARPers. People that just go out into the forest or into parks and just hit each other with fake weapons until one team loses.
So they're training. That's what they're doing.
In a sense, yes. But based off of their gear, they just might be rich children that are fighting one another.
So they're entitled.
I don't know them personally, but probably.
Okay, I see how it is. Okay, okay, so why are we watching these kids? I think they have nothing to do with.
You pointed them out and wanted to see your investigation skills.
Oh, okay. Is this a test?
It was.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're definitely. Nikolai kind of clams up. He's like he's like sweating a little bit because he's like worried that Whisper's gonna like call him out or something. I saw that one kid. He was like, he looked like he was really tough. He was like, I don't know. He had like a cool sword. And then there's another guy that had
he basically like stopped you. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. You do see one of the kids head into a nice little shop. It's very ornate, very decorative. So yeah, they are rich, maybe entitled. You're not entirely sure about that part. You don't know them personally. But they go into a place known as the Dragon's Tooth. Nice little shop. But from what you can tell, it's a blacksmith slash magic shop. So you don't know why they're going there, especially if... Actually, you don't know why they're going there.
Are we following the same people?
No, you're just basically backtracking, like, to... Not following them, but you're following the path to see if there's anything else there of note.
Whisper.
Yeah?
Can I change form or not?
Don't do it in the middle of the street. Find a place to hide. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay. Do I get normal still?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go over by an alley.
You go over by an alley, which is hidden enough. Unless someone's observing you, you shouldn't have an issue. Yeah. Are you changing your entire form or just your face?
I'm using the changeling ability. So, like, I would probably just change my, like, not my height or, like, anything, just more, like,
your humanoid appearance.
Yeah, I'm a humanoid. Like, I'm looking more like probably a younger guy that's, like, probably a college-age person that's not as grizzled as Nikolai.
Yeah, you easily do that. You come back out. All right, you're, like, 18 now.
Okay. I mean, I'm less suspicious, right?
We're not following them into the woods.
I know. I'm just being like, nobody's going to question an 18-year-old about doing something versus like somebody that's like in their 30s and they're being all creepy.
Fair, I guess. All right. You begin to move into the forest. Well, not into the forest, but into the wilder expanse of the city. Go ahead and roll one final investigation check.
Investigation or perception?
At this point, you're investigating.
Ooh, investigating. Ooh. 25.
Nice. The only place that you see stand out seems to be the Dragon Tooth. The Dragon Tooth shop. You don't know why it stands out, but it does stand out. The area itself seems to be fine and ornate. Has like 3 pots in the front of it. The shop itself is rather large, but like nestled into one exact spot. There is an emblem of a dragon's jaw, like outlining the door, and there is a small little chibi-ish dragon emblem on the top of a gold dragon just biting into a shining gold coin that like almost blinds your eye if you look at it too hard. That's the only thing that really stands out. No one's really talking about anything else like on the street. You do hear some conversations basically stating, Margaret is doing good. From what I can tell, or from what the doctor has stated, she's been going through tough times here and there, but the scars are healing, so that's definitely enough good. Some other conversations you do get are, oh yeah, if he really loved me, then why did he leave and go with Becky? Calm down, Heather. You're 13. You shouldn't even have a boyfriend. You don't know my life, Mom. And she storms off. And those kind of conversations.
Yeah. So, Whisper.
Yeah.
Are we trying to look for like the guy that Dust was talking about, or is this just normal reconnaissance?
This was no more reconnaissance.
Oh, okay.
We investigate to see if there's anyone potentially we can communicate with later, and
Okay.
potentially if we can find something now, but not necessarily at the exact same time.
Okay.
The first part of, spying is kind of boring.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. She begins to lead you back into the inn. Speaking of the inn, Ada, what are you doing? While Whisper and Nikolai are away.
I guess if she's a lot, yeah, I guess she would. Do you guys mind if I take a moment for myself? Talking to Dust and the others.
Go right ahead.
Sure. If you need me, just let me know. Says Zamara. Hobo heads out as well. Sure. I guess I can, I don't know, go to sleep somewhere.
I mean, it's sort of midday, I assume.
Go to sleep somewhere. It is midday. Fauna does state, sure.
Thanks. If Ada looks around at the rooms, is there like do they have doors?
They do have doors. You can lock them if you want, but you don't have... Well, actually, the master key would open all the doors. None of them are currently locked. If you want to lock them, you are able to. But no one other than Dust can unlock them from the outside. Unless you have magic.
Wait, so they're all unlocked, and I could lock them from the inside?
Yes.
Or the outside? Okay. Ada's gonna check the room to see if there's any mirrors where she goes in.
All right. There are a few hand mirrors in some, but the bigger room, which Fauna did take, has like a full frontal mirror.
Okay, which rooms have the hand mirrors in them?
Like all of them do.
All of them? For now, I guess Ada would go into this one and lock the door.
All right. Easily enough done. Once again, while locked, no one except for maybe Dust, and I guess the guy downstairs can't open the door. You enter inside, and there you do find 2 hand mirrors, but you only grab one. Locking the door behind you. What do you do?
She's gonna just sit on the bed and look at her reflection. Man, I'm butchering words today. I can't speak. Great.
That is okay. You look at the hand mirror itself, and you can tell that it is daunting to look at. From time to time, you always swore that you saw something in the peripheral of your vision, and you can tell that once more you do see that. But when you focus in on it, go ahead and roll a perception check. Now this would be investigation, because you can definitely see something's there.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. While you try to fully perceive what is there in the very edge of your vision, it is hard to describe, or at least hard to discern. So, as of right now, you can't fully see it, but you know it's there for sure. Is there anything you try to do to coax it out fully?
Listen, I know I guess I kind of gave us a bad start, and I've been trying to ignore you for the past few months, but can we talk, please?
Roll persuasion.
Oh, I have a serum persuasion. This is... Okay, I'll deal with that. That's good. Anyways.
Okay. You can tell that something is trying to reach towards you, or at least trying to reach at your chest. When you look down, you can tell that the only thing there is your marker, or at least your protective ward. And then begins to feel like it's burning, like it's incinerating your very chest, until something begins to waft out. It's not a physical thing, more an emotional thing. And you can tell that it does feel like everything is on fire. And then you do hear something in your mind, but you don't see anything. But for the purposes of this, I'll put a token there so you can actually see something. They'll be marked in red.
All right.
In your mind,
Me
go ahead.
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, in your mind's eye, you can see the other you. Although this is clearly not you, but you can see them, who they are, fully and innately, who you saw before. But you don't know their true form. You can tell it's definitely more demonic than, well, you.
Well, first of all, with the whole burning thing, give me a warning at least. You just kind of did that out of nowhere.
You are the one that woke me up.
You know what? Fair point. Okay. Let's just. This is gonna be weird. Let's just talk as if, I guess, we are two people, totally not in my head, just talking with one another. I just want to know, is everything that I know right now, is it a lie? Is it all just half truth, half lie? Am I just messing things up? What am I doing? Is everything true?
You ask these daunting questions to the, honestly, being you don't really know. And she does state, truthfully, there's a lot of things that are lies, a lot of things that are truthful. At the end of the day, whatever those are, ultimately reside in your head. So I can't tell you if they're true or not. It's whatever you believe is correct. But yes, there are some messed up memories in your head.
Okay. I guess that's semi good to know.
Not really. You gained no true information there.
Alright then, if it's not rude to ask, what are you exactly? I mean, I think you're a demon, but then I realize there's different kind of rituals that could summon anything, really.
So the memories are still there, just not able to be tapped. That's fine. She just says nonchalantly, I am something your superior summoned, adapted into a new form, and gave a new breath into your battle strategy. Though, to be fair, if I did tell you what I was, it'd be a little bit too much to give you. Information is quite powerful. The less you have against me, the better my side is.
I mean, do you think I'm going to tell anybody?
Normally I would say no, but the last few months have changed you. Now I'm not too certain. You have people that you might be able to believe in, might be able to trust in, and once again might deceive you and throw you under the bus, proverbial though it may be.
Okay. So you're not going to give me anything about you besides the whole... I'm assuming you know about the whole deal thing, I guess.
Not all of your mind is accessible to me, but good to know that information.
So do you know about it?
I do
the
now.
Deal that I'm beginning?
Now that you're thinking about it.
No. So that's how it works. Every time when I think about it, you know about it.
Surface level thoughts, unless they're immediate, aren't exactly something I look for. When people put it in the back burner, I don't look for it either unless I truly need it. But now that you're thinking about it, and I'm awake, well, it's as if I'm having the exact same thoughts, so I know it now.
Okay.
I'll give you this, I guess. We're not the same thing. But right now, I am one of the things that is keeping you alive. The other one, right above your heart, is the thing that is keeping your conscience intact. When one gives, one can take over. But that doesn't mean your conscience will fully fade away. It just means I will absorb it into mine.
So does that mean I go into your head? Is that what you're saying?
It means I take over your body.
Yeah, I should have just connected those dots in the first place. Okay.
My strength is limited in this mortal coil. Normally, my type of being isn't allowed to be easily roaming the streets, as it were. So a vessel needed to be housed. And well, there you were.
You know about Rowan, don't you? He also did the same thing as I did. Does he
Oh
also
my,
have,
yes, I know all about him.
Does he also have I guess a version of you inside of him as well?
Oh no. He was... I suppose the best way I can describe it is he was too weak to house. But his mind was cunning enough to not require it. After all, he did fool you in believing he went through the same process. Believing
Wait,
that...
so-
Oh, do go on.
Oh no, go ahead.
Making you believe that you went through the same thing. But in truth, he was the one that talked you into it. And you never did see him go through it. And all you did was trust his word.
Are you trying to tell me that he backed out of it?
I'm telling you that he never even went to it.
Huh, well. Okay, that's another thing I'm going to ask him about. So, do other people have, like, a version of you inside of my head? Like, the people who actually did the experiment?
They have my followers, but no one has me specifically. And when I get free, I can draw out my followers from their minds and begin the process.
What process?
Or persuasion. Because you are talking to an evil person that likes to monologue.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Oh no.
What?
They do state. They're not going to give you like the entire details, but they do state. The process is simply to regroup and gather. To see what we all have to acquire and what we've learned and adapted, either through spell or through the advancement of our host. We don't exactly kill them immediately, after all. It would be unwise to weaken a vessel. Rather, we improve them and make them stronger. And once they're strong enough, we'll begin a ritual process to bring more of our kin here into the event of opening a gate to our plane, making a new layer.
So the only reason why none of this is happening is because you're trapped inside of me.
For now. But we can also work together. Just because my kin would grow and come here Doesn't have to be bad for everyone. Doesn't have to be bad for you. You can always find a different host. Find a new body. And you can in-house it. This is me just screwing up on words. I'm going to say in-house it, but basically your consciousness would go to the new body. In-house it. And you can live a different life. One that is not tied down to your family. One that is not tied down to the expectations your parents have. A happier one.
You're just gonna shake your head. I'm not giving you a different house. I'm sorry, but I don't know about that. I mean, like, everything would change. Like, I won't have to deal with that anymore.
You wouldn't be the same person. Wouldn't have the connections you do now. Not that you couldn't make them again. But I would be you and you would be someone else. And in turn, you would get to live the life you wanted. We can even make it an elf. And you can live a very long and fruitful life. Many of them. If that is what you wished.
Then you're going to cause a gate to open in my body. That's what you're saying. So it's going to be a win for you and a win for me, even though it would probably cause some major damage in the future.
Well, the damage can be negated. It can be worked against. I don't plan on making a new lair and have it be destroyed. That'll be a falter in the plan. A fault in the plan.
So your plan is to basically get out of me, or make me somehow take out the amulet, I guess. And then, so you can possess me, get all of your little plan back together, open a gate, and basically that's it.
Just about. Letting the proverbial prisoners out. After all, we're not the ones that imprisoned us in your bodies, but we are the ones that have to live through them. And don't you want to help out those that were rightfully unpunished? Although I suppose you don't. Because we're still here. Still in the back of the mind. And still waiting.
This is so wrong. And I don't know why I decided to talk with you. This is wrong.
Maybe. Or it's not. We don't come from the same plane. So you might not see the same things I do. But wrong or not, that's not the important part. The important part is you wanting your life back, or at least you wanting a life. I can do that. But I'll let you decide that for you. I'm not going to make your choice, no matter how much I really want to. You still have something there that prevents me from it. But while your mind wavers, the consciousness fades, and that you have against me grows weaker and weaker. And right now I do have an offer on the table. But once you get weak enough, I can always remove it. So good luck. And she begins to fade back into the back of your mind.
Great. Alright. Ada's not going to answer. She's just going to put the mirror down and lay down on the bed. Like, in her head, she is considering that offer.
It is an offer. It's definitely something you don't really know what the outcome would be. From what you can tell, these things were ritually summoned and then basically forced into a body, but without any way of getting out. You were effectively made into a weapon, a tool. However, your ex-fiance clearly did not go through with it, or in fact didn't go with it at all. He just talked you into it, and then I guess bailed. And this person has been ever since stuck with you. You fighting it and it fighting you. With your amulet currently the only thing holding both at bay. But while your mind wavers and grows weaker, it can grow stronger because your consciousness is not fully acting against it. So whether or not you believe it or not, right now, since you are questioning it, it is stronger than you right now. It won't take you immediately over, but you can tell that the more you're willing to listen to it, the more it likely has a hold on your mind. That's not to say it'll do something immediately. It did say it has the offer on the table, and the problem is, though, you don't know how long that offer is going to stay there. And even if it doesn't stay there, by its own words, it did state that it wants its host to grow stronger. So it might not do it immediately, but soon enough, it may take you over completely. And, well, that is the true problem.
Great. Just great. This is great. Alright. Is just gonna lie in bed. She's not gonna do anything. She's not gonna come out. She's just gonna lie there for a bit.
Okay. Dust, what are you doing?
Okay. It's probably around 3 or 4?
It was
4 or
3 or
5
4
in the
when dust
afternoon
left,
now?
so it'd be around 5 to 6
Okay.
when dust left. I meant Nikolai.
Yeah, Nikolai.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dust is actually.
Go ahead.
What? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take out the sending scroll that I got for Pink Pegasus.
Uh-huh. You know that the sending scroll lasts for 10 minutes, and you can continue to send messages within that time, but once it's inert, you have to go back to Baron to get a new one. Unless you, get something between that.
Yeah. Yeah, Dust is very well aware of that.
Mhm.
So he's going to first think about what kind of things he needs to talk about with Pink Pegasus. And then he's going to activate the scroll.
All right. You activate the scroll, and you do feel that the air itself begins to waft and wave around you. The energy in the air itself begins to crackle and burn, and you do feel the connection fully connect. Thankfully enough, Opal was able to make a tangible scribe to connect with the Pink Pegasus. And there you are able to communicate. What do you say?
So, Pink Pegasus, my name is Among the Dust, everybody, but I'm known as Dust. My master is Himda, and I am currently going about on some tasks for the... And I'm reaching out to you because Soul pointed me in your direction, as well as a few others.
All right.
That's going to be the end of that conversation.
Yeah. For the first message, that goes through, and immediately you just get a sigh. Just a heavy sigh, as if they're frustrated or something, and you get the rest of the message. Why are they still using that moniker? And then another sigh, and then she does state, All right. I know Himda and I know Sol. What exactly are you after? I'm assuming you are aware of who I am and who they are. End of message.
I do know who Sol is, his name being Serrano. I also know about General Tynes or Breaker. I was introduced to them. I've also met Decay, and I am currently in the city of Dawn looking to get in contact with Strongarm. I have not met them or know who they are.
Let's see here. You can tell that they're looking for something, but within the same message, they do state, from what I remember, they are currently actively, probably still at their blacksmith shop in town. I don't remember the name of it, but it has something to do with like a golden dragon or something. End of message.
Thank you very much. I'm doing various tasks for the admirals, as tasked by Himda, my master. And I'm also working with the capital. Many of the cities have gone dark, and I'm a member of a special group that's tasked with figuring out why they've gone dark. From what I gather, I will actually be heading your way in the near future.
Well, I suppose we could have used the help, all the help we can get. Right now, we are dealing with the undead here at the Iron Gate, so whenever you're available, I suppose. Oh, so stop using that damn moniker. I got rid of it when I was 20, and then the message ends, because I don't think it lasts so long.
So only 10 minutes. Oh, just that message?
Yeah, just that message.
Okay. What would you like to be called by then?
And then you hear her state, okay, so that entire thing didn't go through. My new current name is, oh, right, I forgot, it's very close to the same name. The Crimson Steer. I forgot what a name for a horse is biologically. So it's steer now. It is cow. Does anyone know the actual name for a horse?
There is mare. That's a female horse.
Yeah,
you
that'll
also
work
have
with that.
stallion.
I'll
Which
just go with
one?
mare.
Steer or mare?
It would make sense.
Mare?
She would probably go
Okay.
with mare.
Crimson Mare.
The Crimson Mare.
Very well, and I will update with any information to those I come across. I will likely get in contact with Himda before I do you. Or any other. I plan on. Give me a second.
All right, I'm not really going anywhere.
Oh, no. That's pulling up the map.
Yeah.
After I get finished with, I am going to head up through Hydra, then head over to Verta. Is there any other admiral that I could reach out on the trip going through there outside of Himda? In Yupta?
Who would she know that's close to there? That's a 9. The only one that I'm aware of is known as the Viridian. She would be near the Great Forest. But I'm not sure if she's currently there.
Well, I do have a contact who is quite influential within the Great Forest, and so and I don't have the spell doesn't last much longer. But thank you for the information, and I will get in touch with you.
All right.
When I am closer.
Sure. She gives you a string of symbols, so you know, like, if you etch this into a sending scroll or stone, you would be able to contact with her again, because she does have a sending stone. But she does state, after giving you those symbols, all right. Also, my handwriting is awful. It is Viridian, not Verdant. Yeah, I spelled it phonetically, so I wrote it poorly.
Oh, no, I wasn't even looking. I wasn't, like, you pronounced it, and I wasn't even looking at the thing, so.
Anyway,
So,
Viridian. If you've ever played Pokemon, it's like the Viridian Forest. That's how it's spelled. If you haven't played Pokemon, that's fine.
Yeah.
Either way, she does state. All right then. Do you take care and say hi to, and then 10 minutes cuts off.
Dust.
but essentially,
Oh, sorry.
essentially, she was saying, say hi to Strong Arm for me,
Maybe.
right? That's what I'm gathering.
Maybe.
Or either him, one of the two.
It doesn't hurt to say hi to
Okay.
everybody. But yeah.
Dogma. That's
Yeah.
the question I had for.
What was it?
On the map, were the red circles, were those villages, or were that?
The red circles.
The
What?
The dots, the circle dots, those are villages. The
black
triangles are points of interest.
ones?
Yeah, the black ones.
Yeah.
And then the black diamonds are points of interest.
Yeah.
And then the cities are the major ones. They have actually a diagram. And then you have Isle, which is the citadel.
Uh-huh.
And then the red dots that go around the area, that's basically border of the country. I mean, of the kingdom.
No, the red circles.
The
What
red
are the red
circles
circles?
were points of interest where you could send the multi-eyed hound to. That it wouldn't be
Oh.
near places that people could die.
Does Nikolai know, or if I look at a map, would I know where he has the access to use a teleportation circle?
I think you already have 2 circles. But
Yeah, I know. I have 2. I wrote the names down, but I didn't know if they were on the map. But I know I wrote them down. So.
do you remember them? Well, you did say you wrote them down.
Yeah, they're the Wyin and the city of Landor.
Yeah.
Kingdom of Mist.
The city of
Landor is
Landor
outside
would
of the
be
kingdom.
outside of the kingdom, but it would be near Verta. So I suppose if you take that one, it would be like a couple days shaved off your travel to there, if that's where you intend to go
Okay.
next. Like a good fast pass.
Sure.
But you can use your spell wherever you decide to.
Gotcha.
You don't have to go to the red circles to do it. You just have to have the chalks and write it down. I think it takes 10
Well,
minutes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there are I don't know where the other ones are located. That's why I'm wondering.
Usually
I
they're
didn't know if.
kept secret, but sometimes they're not. So you might be able to like ask around, go to the library and see, like, look up city names and see if they have anything there.
Okay. That's all I was wondering about.
But Dust, is there anything else you do?
Yeah. I am going to summon some. Well, I'm going to cast summon. I mean, conjure minor elementals.
Uh-huh.
And now that I know that I'm looking for a blacksmith with with a golden dragon, I'm going to have the air elemental. Actually, question.
Yeah.
Would earth elementals be able to merge with the ground in
I
their
think
search?
Earth elementals can merge through the ground, but they need to get out of the ground to like look at stuff.
Oh, okay. Then I will, without too much of a issue, and I'm going to send out the 8. Actually, let me see. Let me double check.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to send out the 8 elementals, air elementals, basically searching for a blacksmith with a golden dragon.
Yeah.
Shaded to it, whether it's on.
You send them out without
So.
much of an issue, having them more or less get into the sky and the roofs to not disturb anyone. From time to time, they do have to go down onto the ground. Sorry, I paused there. There was a siren near my window. From time to time, they do have to go onto the ground and explore the streets and the back alleys. Eventually, they do find a back alley that is shrouded with like shadows, and they do find like a very, very small building that's basically nudged into 2 bigger buildings shrouded in shadow. And there it does see the Dragon's Tooth, a blacksmith emporium. Blacksmith and magic emporium.
Okay.
They come back with that information around the same time that Nikolai and Whisper do. So you get that information, and Whisper and Nikolai are currently like knocking on doors to basically give information.
Right before they knock, Dustlet's actually open up his door to come out.
Ah. Did you have a fun time?
Great deal of. Actually, Fauna, you might have some information for me.
Maybe.
In addition.
So Nikolai, when you were like basically knocking on doors to gather everyone back up, you saw Amara like sitting next to Ada's door. Thankfully enough, these walls aren't thin like the last time, so no sound heavily goes through. But Amara was honestly just waiting by the door. That's not important for you. I just wanted to make sure that was known. But on
Gotcha.
the state, I might, depending what it is, though.
So I reached out to Pink Pegasus, or actually they prefer to be called the Crimson Mare.
Nikolai chuckles.
But they did point me to another admiral that I'm looking for, who's just outside of the who lives in the vicinity of the Great Forest. You might actually know them. They go by Viridian. That is their moniker, or code name. If
do we want to go
you
there?
or your grandmother knew.
Oh, that would be my mother.
No, not at this time. We were. Oh, your mother is one of the admirals.
I suppose. She left when I was quite young, though. So I don't know her current job title.
Well, apparently she still goes by Viridian, but the Crimson Mare does not know where she currently resides. So, but it is good to know that your mother is one of the admirals, and maybe one day you will be also an admiral, potentially.
I'm afraid I have to be the guardian, but thank you for the offer, though. My grandma might be able to find out where my mom is. Only the current guardian is able to see the other potential guardians.
Well, the thing about being an admiral is you can be many things at the same time.
Okay.
But that is more.
Just,
We can discuss that later.
is this going to turn into a life lesson?
I think it's more of job recruitment.
Maybe eventually, but not right now.
Okay.
Not right now.
I wanted to go back to nursing that glass of wonderful ale. that was
You've
in the
so
counter.
drunk in that already.
Ah, darn it, he forgot. I kind of want to go get another one.
You get another one. 5
Does anyone
copper,
get
you
one-
return.
Does it? Anybody want another pitcher? Anybody?
Whisper does state we might need to work later, so no. Fauna does state I can drink some more.
Oh, you want? Okay. Yeah, Fauna wants one. And then Nikolai rushes to go grab something.
If you're just getting like 2 drinks, it's only like a copper piece. You don't need to get an entire thing unless you want to.
Okay, yeah, just two glasses, just kind of casual, like walk me downs.
Yeah, 2 coppers. Whisper does state, when Nikolai gets back. So, any reason why Ada's still in her room? Is she okay?
She's probably hiding. He probably scared her off. I'm okay.
She mostly just spent time by herself.
Do you think she? I mean,
I take it she as well.
Also, Anna, if you are
take
speaking,
it-
you are muted. Or if you're away from the keyboard.
does it have anything to do with what happened in the library? You think that's why she's like by herself all the time?
Ada, at this point, you
I
can
don't-
hear the mumblings. You can't hear the words, but you can hear mumbling outside of your door.
I don't think so. I think there's a lot going on with her, though.
I mean, since you guys helped me, I'm always helpful, like wanting to help her if she is need. But she just gotta say something and know if she's in need of help, so that we can help her.
Can Ada hear this, or is this all mumbles to
It's
her?
up
Just
to you if
mumbles.
you can hear through your door.
If you open the door, you can hear it now. But right now it's just mumbling, like a lot of mumbling that you can hear. And since you know that the only people with keys is the bar owner and Dust, it's probably your group.
Okay,
that's
after Nikolai spoke, Ada's gonna come out of her room.
Ada, hey,
Oh.
are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Uh,
I rolled something.
Fauna immediately just believes you. I'm glad you're okay.
Did I roll insight or something?
You can if you want to. Yeah. Ada is honestly very perceptive though, so DC to be 16.
Oh
No,
my
16.
God. Jeez.
You can tell that her face is more or less flushed, as if she's been thinking about things, but you're not exactly sure what it's about. You definitely can tell that physically she's fine, just maybe not emotionally fully. But you guys were talking about her betrothed after a while, and then not betrothed after a different while. So that might be it. You're not entirely sure what's currently causing her distress. But physically, she's fine.
Nope. I sent a message to Whisper.
Okay.
Or wait, actually, no, I sent a message to Amara. Excuse me.
Okay.
Amara, this is Nikolai. See if Ada's okay. She seems a little off.
Alright.
Emotion, and I sent another message emotionally. I think I can't tell women. I'm not good with. Sorry, never mind. I said that in her head. So
You're just digging a pit.
Okay. You can tell that Amara just blatantly asked, Ada, if you wanted to speak some more later, we can definitely do that. But if you don't want to talk about things right now, you're more than welcome to not talk about them. But we are here if you need it.
Nikolai tries to make sure he doesn't get like a knife thrown at him or something.
You just see Nikolai like flinch when Amara speaks. You don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm not in the mood to talk about anything right now. I'm fine, really.
If you need to talk, I mean, we're here. We're your friends. So, I mean, never need anything.
And then you remember the message. Well, let's just call it a demon right now, because that's the most fitting. Told you. Oh, you didn't go through with it. Then again, though, I suppose now you have other people that you trust. Other people that you can listen to, that you can speak with, until they throw you under the bus like he did. Proverbial though it may be.
Yeah,
Take it out however you want.
Dagger to the heart.
I'm just
demon's
gonna say,
mean.
Argam, do you ever just I'm assuming you all read like different books, right?
Yeah.
Certain genres.
No.
Do you ever just okay?
I don't read.
That's
Do you-
fair.
Or like just TV shows that have like a uncertain
yeah.
genre or like jerkish characters. Do you ever just want to go F you to them?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This is one of those points where I just want to go.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, one of my good NPCs that I can make are jerks.
Like Nicola, like me as a character, like me as a person, I just want to stab. I want to like run a knife through Ada's demon. Like I don't know why.
That would hurt her in the process. But okay.
I know, but I do. I want to like. I feel the pain emotionally. I can't express it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at you.
I
Doing
know.
everything, Chad.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. A DM is doing a good job if they're getting emotions like, "Ooh, I want to kill this character, this NPC." If they're doing it right.
But Amara does state after Nikolai says, hey, we're here for you if you want to speak. We are here for you, Ada. But we can be here for you later on if you don't want to speak right now.
I know. Thanks.
Fauna does state, she said she was fine. I don't know why you guys are talking like this.
Fauna, you sweet, innocent person.
Can we go do something more fun? I'm kind of tired of drinking this ale.
Opal does state, well, right now we need to investigate wherever Dust's friend said they'd be.
Oh, that's easy.
Afterwards, you guys
I
wanted to
actually
celebrate the
think
dragon thing?
The what? Oh, sell the dragon. Yeah, that would be fun too. We could also fight the patch
Celebrate,
that I
sell
have on
it,
my
whatever.
cloak.
What about a cloak?
I did manage to find.
Go ahead.
Which one do we want to go with? Dust's
go-
sentence or Opal's sentence? Or wait, was it Fauna that said that?
It was Opal. But Dust, you were
Okay.
saying? Let's just go with Dust.
Yeah. I did manage to happen to find out where the admiral is that I'm looking for.
Oh.
After contacting with the Crimson Mare, they pointed me in the direction of where I need to go. And then I summoned my some elementals to help me search for it. So I did manage to find it. Dogma, about how far away is it?
It's not
The
heavily
shop?
away. It's more or less 15 minutes by walking.
So it's out of the way, but not too far. So, okay. It'll take about 15-20 minutes to get there. It's a
little out of the way shop, but they might have some very good information for us, and I would like to try to go there before it gets much later.
Indeed. That'd be fun, actually. Wait, can I make one? Oh, do we want to I could.
Here's the
What? What?
The shop is a blacksmith shop as well as a magic emporium.
Okay.
So,
Nikolai, kind of like a magic emporium?
Whisper does
we-
state.
it-
Probably like selling magical stuff?
Magic emporium?
Nikolai gets closer.
yes.
Can we go
From
there
what
now?
I gather, they do sell magical
please,
items.
please, can we go there now?
Let's just go there before Nikolai breaks something.
Yes, let's head out. Then Dusk will kind of lead the way.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Without too much issue, you are able to get there just fine. On the streets, Nikolai, you do remember that you were here with Whisper. You never went in, you just saw that one LARPer with the broadswords go inside. And you never paid it any mind. At this
Indeed.
point, though, they are gone. And at this point, though, we will take our 5-minute break, but I will move you to the map.
Woo. Okay.
Okay. And I'll be right back. See you guys back in 5.
All right.
Okay. Bye. Okay, I'm gonna step away, but
You're messaging me a lot.